you feel about how do you feel about Indians?
People from India?
Stacy, can you stop asking her questions and can you just give us a...
Okay, my bad. Okay, what's the question again?
So the topic says YT people cannot experience racism.
Oh yeah, my bad. You asked me a question before.
You're saying that they can. So my question was, how?
Yeah, the same way they can be racist towards other races. So essentially, same way white people can discriminate and be oppressive towards black people in the same sense can also be oppressive and discriminate towards white people, right?
You have evidence of that?
Of course.
All right, let's see what's yours.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of like an instance that happened in the news where there was a group of a group of black individuals who essentially targeted white kids due to their...
What?
We asked you to cite your source of your other statement. So give us a source to back up that other statement you made, not an anecdotal or personal.
A source? Shit, I have to find the article or whatever.
If you want to look for it and then come back, that's fine. Oh, wait. Maybe not.
This is sounding like a whole lot of waffle over here.
Can you guys hear Stacy?
Yeah, so you're basically saying that black people cannot be racist towards white people, right?
Black people can be racist, period.
Okay, so white people cannot be racist towards black people.
No, that's not what I said. The topic says YT people they cannot experience racism. So your argument is that they can.
Yeah.
Did anybody have their hand up?
I explained it as well. I gave you...
nobody, but I was also typing
Okay, so I'm gonna ask him a question. Stacy, why are you stalling? Can you just give us a source for your last statement?
Stacy, I got a tip for you.
All right, yeah. Whenever I go off the Apple, it kind of messes up when I speak or whatever.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
All right, hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I got a tip for you.
What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, no, I said I have a tip for you, a tip to help you out.
What's the tip?
Pack your bags. Now you have plenty of time to go research racism and how it impacts people. You gotta do your research beyond just reading the definition. W. Crane's in the chat. W. Kelly in the chat. We appreciate you. Now you got all the time in the world. Go ahead, Poetic.
No, but okay, so the reason I asked that question to our last guest, I really wanted people to get an idea of where this mistaken definition when it comes to racism, right? I really wanted people to understand how easily words can be used and manipulated to serve any sort of narrative or anything like that. Mm-hmm. So, but that guy was playing in our faces, so.
Yeah, it's so interesting because a lot of them are even the ones that are saying that they have, taken the time out to do the work and they understand, certain concepts, they can get up here and say exactly what needs to be said. But then when you challenge them directly, that's really what's going to make or break somebody that, is truly on the journey of unpacking what needs to be unpacked, I would say. If nobody else wants to talk, we'll move on to, is it Ciaran or Ciaran?
Well, how are you getting on? It's Kieran.
Oh, can you give us your, wait, did you say this is Kieran?
Kieran, yeah.
From,
Well, Kieran or Kieran.
huh?
Kieran or Kieran. Kieran is the Irish way of pronouncing it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were someone else. I'm sorry. I apologize. Can you give us your age, your race, and your pronouns?
Yeah, I'm 22. I'm Irish, and he, him.
Sorry, what'd you say your race is?
Irish, so white Irish.
All right, talk to us.
Well, for the most part, I agree with your statement. I don't feel like I would ever, nor have I ever experienced racism for being white, but I think definitely as an Irish person throughout Irish history, we have definitely experienced racism.
From who?
Sorry, I'm just after doing, I don't know what TikTok US is, but a bit of gardening, so I'm a bit anxious, but we have experienced racism from the British and from Americans as well.
So, a lot of people bring that up as a talking point and saying that they're calling it racism, but it's not racism. It would be xenophobia or ethnocentrism because it's not on the basis of race.
Right. So are you separating races like race is just white, black, or like Asian or something?
Well, the racial, I know that they change depending on where you go in the world, but for the UK, I would definitely say that I know for a fact that there's Asian, there's YT, there's black.
Okay, well, Ireland is definitely not part of the UK, so let me say that first. And
sorry, say that again.
I said Ireland is definitely not part of the UK.
I'm just saying, like, I know the only reason why I said that like that is because I know that sometimes, like, terms are a little bit different depending on what country you're in, depending on who colonized that country, depending on if that country was a colonizer, and where you are in the world and your language and all of that. But the racial hierarchy remains the same globally. That hierarchy does, and it's never changed. It's only ever operated in one way since its inception.
Yeah, I agree with you again for the most part. But in terms of history, the great sin for most white people throughout the world is, I would say, slavery and colonialism. Ireland did not participate in slavery or colonialism. We were colonized and we were slaves.
Indentured servitude. Can you tell me what the difference between indentured servitude and chattel slavery is?
Oh, it's vastly different. African Americans in America definitely had it way worse off, and that's putting it lightly. Indentured servitude, I believe it was that they owned all our land, they owned all our food, they owned what we could do. So in terms of that, we had to work for them in order to be fed in order to live. But we were not owned by the people.
Who had their hand up next?
Sorry, I'm just anxious as well.
No, you're fine. Who had their hand up to go next? I'm sorry. I missed it. I'll look now. I'm going to reset the goal too. I keep forgetting to reset the goal.
I don't see any hands up in the comments.
Anybody want to take it?
I'm like, I don't think you'll understand because you already have a level of cognitive dissonance with what we're trying to get you to understand. So I don't think you'll understand when I say that you're racist and y'all didn't experience racism. So I don't think there's really anything there because I can't get you to understand,
Well, could I talk about a bit about the racism we have experienced throughout history?
Well, we just told you that wasn't racism, but you see how you still keep saying it?
Okay, but so, yeah, okay. Could I talk about the Irish famine? So just to touch on that for a
Wait,
bit.
we have literally like spoken to Irish people before that would say like, no, like that is not racism. I don't know.
Yeah, but just because that's the opinion of one Irish person, that's not the whole Irish
Multiple, I'm saying multiple.
Right. Well, do you mind if I give my 2 cents now?
Nah, you can keep that. I'm not on much on change, so you know, I don't need a penny for your thoughts, hon. You're good. Because that's just your feeling. It's like that's always going to be subjective. I don't think, just like you try to disqualify all the Irish people that empirically state that is not racism with your own opinion. Again, we don't have much to talk about. You don't have any objective information. If you have objective information, we might listen. But your 2 cents is not what we want to hear. So.
All right. Can I talk about the facts, though, on how we've been treated in America throughout American history as well?
No, you can't, because the American history says that y'all begged for assimilation. Matter of fact, there's a book that y'all wrote about how y'all treated us even worse than the natives. It's called N-word, hard R. For real.
So one person writing a book speaks for the whole. Like, do you actually know about any of how we've been treated? How there were signs outside?
Do you actually know how y'all came over here and treated us worse? Do you know that to be YT? How about that? How about y'all signing contracts to become indentured servants? You didn't just become that out of the blue. They didn't own all the rights to your stuff because you just said, oh no, I'm being held captive. Y'all did that on purpose.
They came over and colonized our country and made us slaves. Indentured servitude was a form of slavery.
And whose volition of doing that was? Again, who said I'm going to be under a contract with you, and when I finally finish my work, I'll be free again? Who said that? Was it y'all? I'm confused. Because again, indentured servitude is not the type of slavery you're claiming it to be. Because a form of slavery is something you cannot ever get out of. As far as I'm concerned, y'all came over here and had quite a number of picnics with us, from what I researched. And also, again, it's like, you described other ethnicities as the people who were racist to you. Again, that's not how racism works. So again, I'm like, you can keep trying to put your 2 cents in, but it doesn't change historical precedent. And even then, why do y'all keep hinging on the past? In the present, you think you go through racism? Ain't no way. Ain't no way, bro.
On that as well, but racism is a systemic issue, like you said, and we have definitely experienced it throughout history. There would be signs outside of shops saying, no dogs, no Irish, no blacks. We were lumped in together on the railroad.
But wait, you see how the signs listed you by ethnicity and ours was listed as race.
Yes, I don't see the difference between ethnicity and race. Like black and white, yes, I'm white, I'm Irish white. Like,
they're not the same thing. I'm sorry, KK, you can finish. I just wanted to point that out.
Ethnicity alone.
Oh no, you're good. That's part of the problem that I said. It's like there's nothing I can say to change that state of mind. It's just because you're so stuck in that level of ignorance that there's nothing I can do or say about that. You won't let that cognitive dissonance go, and you keep thinking race, ethnicity, and nationality are interchangeable, and they're not. You're just maleducated. You're just ignorant.
I was trying to come in here and just talk about, like, I'm not trying to compare the level of suffering between different groups of people. I was just, seeing if I could empathize with, your struggles, and you can empathize with my people's struggles as well throughout history.
I can't empathize with your people because y'all don't empathize with us. You're coming up here saying you're trying to empathize. Why do you have to try to do any of that? Like, you could find more effort and more impact going into your own culture, your own people, your own YT racial category, and saying, hey, let's stop being racist. Let's destroy these systems that make me racist. But instead, you're complacent. And instead, you are playing the oppression Olympics. You've been playing it this entire time, which is why you're trying to falsely equivocate the connotation of indentured servitude to chattel slavery.
So, sorry, are you lumping like Irish people from the people of Ireland as continent in with all other white people in the world and all their sins together?
Yeah, y'all are all YT. Racism, YT supremacy is globalized. Doesn't matter.
So throughout history, while my people were starved and had their own land colonized and taken away from them.
See, now you're playing the oppression Olympics. Again, even in that contest, you won't win because you keep trying to go back to a century that is not presently today. 2024, you do not experience racism. 2024,
no, but you're somehow saying that throughout history, while we were being oppressed, that we were also oppressing others.
We already told you what that was, but you didn't listen. Yeah, you didn't listen.
Do you know that Ukraine, when people were fleeing, Black people had to get up and get off of like transportation? Like they literally in the midst of whatever was going on there, right? They still had time to be racist to Black people and said, "Oh no, we're gonna prioritize the white people."
That's Ukraine, and that's not Irish.
But what I'm saying is that it happens. Because you said, "Oh, well, we were oppressed, blah blah blah, whatever. We couldn't have done it to them." But that's the thing. When you understand these systems of oppression, and you understand the hierarchy, and you understand the ways in which the oppressor will force their identity onto you, you will understand that y'all punch down on Black people all the time. And the reason why I say that is because, hold on. Oh my God. Whatever. I'm not going to finish what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
I'm done.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that.
As you have plenty of people in the queue.
I'm sorry about that.
Well, stop you take that flight. Have a good night.
All I was gonna say was like that what he's doing, like we hear that how many times a day? People coming up here wanting to reach and say that they experienced something they didn't. And like it's always like if we start talking about the things that we went through, right? But what about the Irish? What about the Irish? What about the Irish? It's like, first of all, nobody denied your experiences, right? Like we didn't do that. No one denied your experiences. We just explained to you that conflict was not on the basis of race, but still that defensive, that's white supremacist behavior, right? The tenets of white supremacy, that defensiveness, that right to comfort, the thinking in dichotomies, all of those things, like, I don't know. I'm kind of over like repeating myself over and over too. So you said it's relating, not comparing. That defensiveness has to be expected. We're going to move on to the next guest. Wow. There's a lot of people. So I'm going to add people up. If for some reason you get booted out of the box, just put your request back in. The app is being weird.
Hello?
Yeah, hold on, give me one moment.
Sure.
Yeah, so it keeps timing out. If you put your request in and I add you to the box and it times out, just put your request right back in. Let me start with Just My T. Can you get your age, race, and pronouns, please?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I am 30. I am white. I'm white passing. So in my eyes, I'm white. And my pronouns are he, him, his.
So passing and presenting are two different things. I know people get them confused often. Passing would mean that you have to manipulate your appearance to make yourself appear as if you're white. White T presenting is, no doubt about it, you straight up present as white T.
Already off the bat, this is why I love joining these kinds of things, because words are so important if we're all on the same page, right? So I am white presenting, I think is the right way to say it.
All right, talk to us.
Wait, also, did you
Uh,
say you were
me?
YT?
I'm white, yeah.
Okay, so this is the thing. None of those terms would apply to you at all. You're already YT. It doesn't matter about being, passing, or presenting. Your parents are not Black or any other racial group. That's for people who are another racial category, but they. Yeah, no, that's why I said, wait a minute. What?
Wait,
Yeah.
what race are your parents?
They're white.
So my mother is from Mexico City. My grandparents on my mother's side are all from Mexico. And my dad is white, and I'm much, much lighter than my brothers and sister and the rest of my family. So that's why I say I'm presenting white, because, I mean, if you look at me, I don't tan well, right? I got all the Hungarian traits from my dad, and my brother is like as Mexican as it gets. He's like 6 shades darker than me. So am I still, like, what does that mean then?
Nah, I don't know about that. I don't know if I could believe it, because a person who does have that specific intersection of people who are different racial categories and look as such, they would say something like, I'm mixed, or this is that. And not
See, that's
this.
so funny you say that,
You
because I
didn't
was
say
just
that.
thinking that I didn't want to say mixed, because I thought mixed.
Sorry, Kay, we're not going to deny or.
No, I wasn't trying to deny. I just was like, I don't know, because it's like you came up here and said I'm white. He said he was white. That's why I made it like, what?
Yeah, so we're just gonna identify him as white because.
Okay, yeah, like, again, it's just got confusing. You said you were just white. Like, what? It doesn't make sense. That's all. Again, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, okay, you just white tea. I'm not gonna deny nothing. That's just okay.
Do you want to wait? What happened?
Oh, I got muted. I'd like to have a real conversation. So what part doesn't make sense? Because I think these things are informative. I think this is the way you learn, as if you talk to other people. So what part doesn't make sense?
I guess for now, just respond to the topic, and then we could have like more of a discussion after that, depending on what you said.
For sure. So, you tell me, because this is what I think I know. I believe racism has to deal with a form of power structure, like a form of power dynamic. And so if you are the power holder, it's very hard to be racist to you, because you have to have a dichotomy of power. I believe, this is my understanding of like, if you are the power holder, the definition of racism is to leverage that system of power against somebody else. So I don't think you can be white and also be racist. Like, someone can't necessarily be racist towards you. And I know you say you don't like anecdotal. I just joined this. I know you say you don't like anecdotal. And I just had like a interesting kind of like question / personal experience that I kind of wanted to get your 2 cents on.
Can I say something? Hello?
Yeah, I'm not the host. Yeah.
Oh.
Am I muted again?
No, you're not, but the host isn't available at the moment.
I say ask your question then if the host isn't here.
I don't have a question for you.
Oh, I thought somebody said they had something to say. So, okay, I mean, I guess I'll just ask the question then to like everybody else. So, I don't know if this would be a bad word to say out here. I don't think it would be. But I do think it is.
Oh, wait.
You talking about the word Yonki with an actually not a racial slur for YT people. That word is it describes the actions of YT men way back when they would be would honk their horns because they would be
That's
soliciting
fucked up.
young girls, young Black girls and women.
White and like
No,
he's
they're-
being